and I don't mean to pick on Deontay, but
you're going to do it.
I got another thing.
He's making it easy, Brian.
Well, this one's actually nothing that Deontay said, right?
Okay.
This is Anthony Joshua, who for the longest time appeared to me to be a little bit hesitant to really talk too aggressively about fighting Deontay Wilder. The most aggressive thing that I'd heard Anthony Joshua say about Deontay Wilder was that I'll freeze you out. We'll freeze you out. If you keep doing such and such thing with the negotiations, we'll freeze you out and we won't fight you and you won't fight anybody. That was the most aggressive thing I'd heard him say about Deontay Wilder. But now, after Tyson Fury has seemingly revealed some of Deontay's kryptonite, maybe, we're hearing a lot more specific talk. And just recently, he says he's talking about the fight with Fury and what happened with him and Ruiz and everything. And he said this on Sky Sports. He says, in terms of doing something similar, I wouldn't have done what Fury did in the first fight. Maybe I would have probably taken it to Deontay Wilder a bit more, because I don't think that Deontay Wilder has been taught to box on his back foot. Right. He doesn't know how to flow and move from side to side and move back and control the fighter. When Tyson Fury was edging forward on back foot balance, Deontay Wilder was struggling to move forward with his right hand. It proved to be a very difficult fight for Deontay Wilder in the end. Now, I'm going to tell you, I 100% agree with everything he said. But what I will say is that he wasn't saying any of this before Tyson Fury apparently created the blueprint. So it's always funny, but it's such the quintessential bully type of mentality. Somebody punches the bully in the mouth, and now suddenly everybody has enough courage to come fight him.
Right.
So I think that's a little bit of what we're seeing right there.
So I would say be careful what you wish for, because the one thing I think someone has to remind Anthony Joshua of is that he's not Tyson Fury. So my opinion, my take is that Tyson Fury boxes circles around Anthony Joshua. And my other theory is that Deontay Wilder knocks Joshua out. And I think that Joshua is a little bit too overly confident right now based on what he saw of Deontay Wilder against Tyson Fury. And, first of all, I think that Tyson, the common denominator here is Tyson Fury. And Joshua is assuming he can replicate that type of performance against Deontay Wilder. So, my take is that obviously it's a big fight. Yes, he's more confident because he saw that Wilder's vulnerable. But I still think that from what I've seen of Joshua, if Wilder finds a home for that right hand, it's lights out.
CM Punk.
Lights
go
out.
To sleep. Let's go to sleep time.
It's night because
it's styles make fight, and we know that.
And Joshua is susceptible to getting hit.
Yes.
He's not as big as he's not as big as Fury.
Not as slick.
Not as long, not as slick. Doesn't have the feet like Fury. So he's making an assessment based on the understanding that he would actually perform like Tyson Fury.
Been hurt far more already in his career. Right.
And listen, people might not agree with me. You're entitled. But whatever the circumstances are, and we'll never know, showed a lack of heart against Ruiz.
I don't know if I wouldn't. I don't agree with that. I don't agree that he showed lack of heart. I believe that he was hurt and beaten that day, and
so he quit.
I don't think he quit.
Brian, I don't think he quit. For whatever the maybe he was injured, Brian, but whatever the circumstances were, he quit.
I wouldn't say that he quit.
He was told to come forward. He put his hands up on the ropes with a silly little smile. And he didn't come forward.
I don't know.
Okay, it's just like when Aaron Rodgers, aka Rocky Fielding, kept taking a knee from body shots by Canelo, smiling.
I
Listen,
will not
he quit.
sit here
Brian,
and allow you
quit.
to liken Anthony Joshua to what Rocky Fielding did against.
Okay,
oh
you know
my
what? Okay,
God.
all right. Listen.
Anthony,
Sometimes
Rocky
you don't
Fielding
take it.
The Tim Tebow.
Listen, don't look at it as a fan. Look at it as for what it is. Look at it for what it is.
Oh no.
He didn't go out on his back against Ruiz.
No.
Okay.
No.
He had to deal with adversity.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He got up, he got knocked down again. He got up, he walked into that corner, put his arms on the ropes, was told to come forward. Do you want to continue? And he just had a little smile on his face. Then acted surprised when the referee waved it off. Brian, he quit. And like I said, maybe it was a smart decision.
No.
Maybe there was something going on that we don't know about. But here's the deal. He quit. And there's nothing to be, listen, it is what it is. That's the only question mark that I have, is that when the going gets tough, if he does get hurt by Wilder, how's he going to react?
No,
and so I think he's just having a big mouth right now, knowing that Wilder's going to fight Fury in the third fight, knowing that it's, that when you can't fight someone or you're not going to fight someone, it's easy to say what you're going to do to him.
Here's what I think. I think we agree about the outcome, but for different reasons. Like Deontay's going to knock Joshua out if they fight. He's going to knock him out. He's going to knock him out. And I know I said he was going to knock Fury out.
But here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Joshua talking about Wilder not being able to fight off his back foot. Joshua can't fight off his back foot. Joshua can't keep his hands up enough not to get caught by that big right hand.
He's a little better at it than Deontay, but that's not him at his best either. No, it's not him at his best. But so here's the thing. Like I said, we agree.
Povetkin was landing punches.
He was.
And he doesn't punch, but he doesn't punch like Deontay.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, I'm going to tell you like this. Luis Ortiz would knock Anthony Joshua out. I believe
Joshua avoided that fight, by the way, for a while.
I believe
I believe they were in camp together and sparred together.
Yeah, I believe that. I totally believe that. His hands are too fast. He's too slick of a southpaw. Yeah. And Joshua's chin has already been proven to be vulnerable. He's not as tough a guy. He's not as sturdy and you would look at the two bodies and you would think that he'd be more sturdy than Deontay, but we've seen proof that that's not the case. Deontay,
you know what I would love? I would love for Tyson Fury to give Deontay the pass to go fight Joshua and then fight the winner. I would love to see Fury say, you know what? Why don't you guys go fight that fight? And then the winner, I'm waiting right here for the winner. Yeah, and I guarantee you Joshua won't go for
it. And you know what, that'd be interesting because it would only give Fury, it really like, so say for instance, Deontay knocks out Joshua, which is what I believe would happen. It's probably what Tyson Fury believes would happen.
Right.
It only makes Tyson Fury look just that much better.
Yes, but it also avoids something much bigger.
What's that?
When was the last time two British heavyweights fought for the undisputed heavyweight title in the UK?
That's never happened, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the closest thing to that is a Frank Bruno fight, and I don't think he ever fought.
We're talking undisputed.
Yeah, never. I don't think it's ever happened. I don't think has there ever been an undisputed British heavyweight?
Lennox Lewis. I mean, it depends how you look at it because he's Jamaican Canadian, British. But what I'm saying that what I'm saying is, you tell me what Wembley Stadium looks like.
Oh, it's
when Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua fight for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world.
It shuts out American heavyweights completely.
The bottom line is the UK walks away guaranteed with the undisputed heavyweight champion.
That's what I'm saying. It shuts out the American heavyweights altogether.
So, that's a massive fight.
It's a massive fight for sure. It is, but I definitely think that's a massive fight because of the
I just think Joshua sometimes says things that he knows can't happen.
Maybe, but like I said, what I do want to say this. I think we agree, but we agree for different reasons. I do not agree that Anthony Joshua quit. I think Anthony Joshua was beaten. I think he was asked to walk forward.
What did he do?
Let me tell you
what did he do?
Let me tell you.
Was he counted out, Brian?
Nope. Let me tell you.
Did his corner throw in the towel?
What I believe happened is he was hurt. Mm-hmm. And when he was hurt, he decided he got, he wasn't, I don't know into what level of consciousness he had. I've seen plenty of guys get knocked down, get back up, be asked to come forward, not respond immediately because they're still buzzed. I've seen that several times.
Did he look and act surprised when the referee waved it off?
What I will say is this. I will say that I believe he had already accepted the fact that he was beaten. I believe that. But it's real. That Q word is really a nasty one in sports, period, and especially in boxing. I've seen guys do what I would call quit.
So what did he do?
Victor Ortiz quit.
What did he do?
Okay, Nicholas Walters quit on the stool against Vasyl Lomachenko. I've seen guys quit. That's not what I would say Joshua did. What I say Joshua did was accepted defeat. But to say somebody quit.
So what did Roberto Duran do against Sugar Ray Leonard in their
That's quitting.
No, what did he do? Why is it quitting? Why is it quitting?
Because he said no loss and walked away.
The referee looked, and what did Joshua do? What did he do?
Joshua had just gotten knocked down.
So and what did he do? But what
Duran hadn't been knocked down.
It's the equivalent of walking away.
No, it's not the equivalent.
You're instructed to come forward.
But if you just
do you want to continue fighting?
But you want to continue fighting? Down, how can we say how?
So may I ask you a question? Brian, may I ask you a question? Yeah. If a referee says, "Do you want to continue to fight?"
Yes.
There's three options.
Yes.
One, you respond yes. One, you respond no.
Right.
One, you respond by not responding.
Yes.
You do nothing.
You do nothing.
Yes indicates you want to continue.
Yes.
No indicates you don't want to continue.
And no response indicates you don't want to continue.
You know
that. But the contingency here is, did he fully understand the instructions because he had just gotten knocked down? Which doesn't change the fact. I mean, so if you mean to tell me that, I mean, how many times have you seen a fighter get dropped?
You know, I've seen this many times. Right. You know, I've experienced this. Okay. Exactly. So I've had fighters where they're in the corner and a guy's throwing punches and they're covering up and they're not getting hit. And the referee says, "Show me something or I'm stopping the fight." And they don't throw a punch back. What are our expectations? Well, the referee stops the fight, and then the guy goes, "What did you do? What?"
The argument that you're saying is different than what I'm saying. You're saying you're almost justifying the loss. He was
instructed to do something.
He lost, and that's what it was. But
when you're instructed to do something, and the referee is giving you,
all depends on whether or not he comprehended the question. If he didn't comprehend the question, all of that you're saying is totally irrelevant. Because if he was dazed and buzzed, and
what was his reaction? What was his reaction?
He had his hands
second after it was waved off. What was his exact response? Show me the physical response.
He looked over to his camp, to the guys in the corner, and looked, and he did like this, and put his arms up. That's what he did. So, like I said, I think he accepted defeat. I think he was a little buzzed, and I feel like he knew, based off the fact he had been dropped several times. I do believe he was hurt in training camp, and I believe that.
But we have no way of knowing this.
No, we have no way of knowing that. But we have also no way of knowing.
But I know that he was given instructions and he didn't come forward.
But like I said, none of that matters unless.
Man, I just want to know what I want to know what the audience thinks.
I want to know too, because there's no way to know.
We're going to agree to disagree.
We have to, because I'm not going to. Rocky Fielding. Oh my God. That was to relate that to that. Oh my God, no.
I knew, but you knew I said that for, I knew that would.
I would not know. I'm not accepting it.
You knew that I knew that would get to you.
Oh my God, that was the most shameful display I've ever. And we had him on our show, talking about how he was going to give this effort and all of that, and he went out there and Tim Tebow.
But he did have his plans to go to Disney after Disney World.
He had it ready, Jack. And he knew that he was going to go with no physical damage. He wasn't even going to have a limp. So that's all we got for you today. Peter's out of his freaking mind, but it's okay because there's nothing new here.
I think people are going to agree with me in the comments, by the way, just so you know.
And they might, because it's a lot of Joshua bashing that goes on.
I'm not bashing him.
It is what it is. I know, though, the people who will agree with you are people who traditionally bash Joshua. I agree. Deontay will knock Joshua silly. It's just that it'll happen for, to me, different reasons. You think that Joshua will probably not have the intestinal fortitude to continue if he gets hit. I believe he will be unconscious, so he will not need the intestinal fortitude. So
right.
Either way, it's the same thing. So,
but he quit.
Okay. Well, at any rate, we appreciate you watching as always. God bless and peace.